Thank you. Um, my name is Lorenzo Mondui. I was born in Miami, Florida, raised between Miami and Massachusetts. And after I graduated high school, I joined the U.S. Army, and I served for 6 years as a combat medic. And I served a 15-month extended deployment in Iraq, over 500 combat missions in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. And when I came back, I decided to pursue my interest in science, and I got a degree in environmental science, working towards an engineering degree. And it was then that I fell in love with environmental science, waste transformation, water purification, and gardening. And I bought some land up in Ocala in 2012 and decided that I would try my hand at starting a farm. So I thought that I would need to do aquaponics, which is raising fish and using the fish wastewater to grow vegetables, because our soil here is very poor. Our soil is very sandy everywhere. It's very hard to grow anything without lots of inputs, without a lot of chemical fertilizer, big machines. So I got a degree in aquaponic engineering and design. But then more resources started to accumulate in the endeavor of building soil. I was always very interested in soil and what makes healthy soil and how to build it, because healthy soil is all about relationships, diversity of relationships within the microorganisms of the soil. And so I got more and more resources. I started a composting program called My Community Compost, where I went to residents and restaurants, and I collected, for about 3 years, I collected 300 to 400 pounds of food waste per week. And I learned how to compost in various ways. And I developed and implemented tools and methods to make compost very efficiently. And I'm looking to scale up. And what I need is more support from the community, because there's a few challenges involved with transforming food waste. For instance, we only have a single stream disposal service that is controlled by Waste Management, where all of our waste, regardless of what it is, goes into the landfill. The landfills are piling up, and waste is our greatest resource. And, you know, there's a lot of people that believe that maybe overpopulation is our biggest problem. But I would say that waste transformation is our biggest problem, because waste is a resource. And Smarter Farmers is a company that offers consulting, education, design, and installation of sustainable ecosystems and waste transformation. So I would like to develop a decentralized infrastructure of composting, promote permaculture, which is permanent agriculture, mimicking principles that occur naturally in the environment and using them to our advantage. I recently started making my own biochar. I build and sell gasifying cook stoves that turn yard waste into charcoal while giving the user a heat source to can vegetables, to dry agricultural products, or to boil water and can vegetables and cook on. It's a very simple, passive system, but put in the hands of the average person, it can help them be empowered to transform waste into wealth. Because biochar, when it is sequestered and put into the soil, it enhances our soil's ability to retain nutrients, to retain water. It purifies the soil of pesticides and herbicides. It can be used in many different applications, not just carbon sequestration, but it can be used in water purification, in odor control for composting, and in air filtration. So, you know, there's a lot of lots that are cleared and burned And all this stuff is just brought right back up into the atmosphere when we can turn it into a valuable resource. You know, our waste management in Marion County takes a lot of yard waste and sends it up to the biomass plant in Gainesville, where our critical resource that can be used to build soil can be used in our community, rather than be sold to the residents of Gainesville for electricity production. So, you know, this is a small company with a big vision and a lot of ambition. And I developed these signs that help, these stickers that go on buckets that help people figure out what to compost, what not to compost. I made this while teaching the Boys and Girls Club of Marion County about composting and growing microgreens. And during my composting operation, I was able to successfully close the food waste, food production loop, and sell food back to the restaurants using compost from the waste that they generated. So I also have this infographic on the importance of composting, what it can do for our soil, and how much of our waste, 50% of our waste in landfills, is compostable.
Wow.
So we can save a lot of money and reduce the burden of our landfills becoming overused. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to present.